Hola, bienvenidos a Satchel Classes. Soy Mr. Castrillón y les quiero dar una muy cordial bienvenida. Welcome to another episode of Satchel Classes. My name is Mr. Castrillón and I would like to welcome you to another good session. Today's title is Mi hermana me fastidia. It's a really important topic. It shows our relationship with our relatives, but also with our friends and other people. So, most of the words we are going to learn, or the verbs that we are going to learn today, will be related to how those relationships are not particularly positive. Usually, we are going to see that most of the verbs are negative, but it doesn't mean that is a bad thing. It's actually good because you can include negative opinions in your writing and your speaking, and that's really important. Now, once again, this is a year 7, year 8 lesson, but if you're a year 9, year 10, or year 11 student, feel free to join us, feel free to uh, learn with us. Hoy vamos a repasar vocabulario relacionado con la familia. Vamos a utilizar verbos que demuestran conflicto en la familia. Vamos a traducir textos al inglés. And of course, we're going to have a GCSE challenge as well as part of our whole routine during this lesson. But the first thing we're going to do is this. We're going to practice our pronunciation. Practiquemos nuestra pronunciación. It's really important to remember that some of the vowels that we have in Spanish, or the sounds, the combinations that we have, will sound relatively different to the sounds that we are used to in English. And of course, we want to have the best pronunciation when we are having our speaking exam or assessment. But also, if you go to Spain, you want to sound as natural as possible, or even if you want to go to South America. Today's sound is going to be yeah. It's really tricky because we, of course, have lots of words in English with that sound, but of course, they're going to sound differently to what we are going to learn today. And I have some examples, two words or of words in Spanish that will have that combination IE. Viento. Now, do please repeat after me. Viento. Viejo. Viejo. Notice the pronunciation of the J. Viejo. Then we have tierno. Tierno is a really important sound as well. Aliento. Aliento. And this one, siento. Siento. Once again, that is a very common sound in Spanish. So it's good for us to get used to the way how it sounds and, of course, how we pronounce it in Spanish. But of course, I'm not going to give you the translation. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to try and see where you can work out the translation to these words. Go for it. Time is up. So how did that go? Let's see. Viento means wind in Spanish. Viento, wind. Viejo means old. Viejo, old. Tierno means tender or cute. Tierno. Aliento means breath. Aliento. Siento means I feel. I feel. Siento. Awesome. Let's continue with our lesson. So, the first thing we need to do is we need to get used to certain words or vocabulary that we are going to use today for our lesson. So, what I would like you to do is I want you to translate the following words into Spanish. They're really easy, and I'm sure you're going to be able to work them out really fast. Off you go. Remember that you're more than welcome to take pictures of these slides or screenshots, or even better, come back and watch the presentation again. That is going to help you reinforce all the ideas and concepts that you have. We are nearly finished with this exercise, so hopefully you manage to get all of them right. Time is up. So let's have a look and see what happens in this case. So we have padre, madre, hermano, hermana, primo, prima. These are very important words that we are going to be using today. So do keep notes or write them down so we don't forget. Padre, madre, hermano, hermana, primo, prima. Now then, we need to match some words here. And I have a list of verbs. They all imply a relationship with family or with somebody else. Aguantarse a alguien, confiar en, discutir con, enfadarse con, fastidiar, insultar a, llorar, llevarse bien, mal con, maltratar, molestar a, pelearse con. So what I would like you to do is I want you to match these words, this list of verbs, with this list here on my right. And of course, I won't pronounce these ones, but do keep an eye on those ones that look similar, but also try to remember the ones that we definitely are going to use for today. So go for it. Match them up, and I'm going to give you 120 seconds for that. And our time is up. So let's see what the answers are. To put up with means aguantarse a alguien. Confiar en means to trust. Discutir con means to discuss or argue. Enfadarse con means to get angry with. Fastidiar means to annoy or bother. Insultar a means to insult. Llorar means to cry. Llevarse bien mal con alguien, to get on well badly with someone. Maltratar a means to mistreat or abuse. Molestar means to bother or to annoy. Pelearse con means to fight. Do keep note of these ones to write them down because we are going to use quite a few of those in our next exercises. Right, let's move on. Now, we are going to learn a little bit of grammar with those verbs. The first one we would like to use today is aguantarse a alguien, to put up with someone. Now, I want you to notice that I have highlighted the SE at the end of aguantarse. Aguantarse is a verb. And the reason why we do this is because that SE, that yellow fraction or fragment of the word, is going to change and it's going to be moved to the, it's going to be before the verb. Now, here I have a sentence. No me aguanto a mi hermana. As you can see, I have a no at the very beginning. So that actually is a negative sentence. And it should be a trigger for you to understand this is a very negative opinion about somebody's person or somebody's relative. Um, Now, the first section is no me aguanto a. I can't put up with. No me aguanto a. Now, the second section, of course, is going to be the person, in this case, my sister, mi hermana. No me aguanto a mi hermana. Now then, we can also get angry with someone, and that is enfadarse con alguien. And as you can see, I've got SE at the end of my verb, which means that I will have to do the same change as before. Now, me enfadé con mi hermana. Me enfadé con mi hermana. I got angry with my sister. Let's continue with the next one. Pelearse con alguien. To fight with someone. Once again, I've got the SE at the end, which means that I will have to move that and change the word to make it sound right. In this case, because it is me, the person who's fighting, I'm going to say, me peleo con mi hermana. I fight with my sister. So the first section is me peleo, I fight with, and the second section of that sentence will be my sister. By the way, this is just an example. I do not fall out with my sister that often. So what we are going to do next is we are going to translate these sentences into English. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. And all you have to do is translate them. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that exercise. Off you go. And your time is up. Before I show you the answers, I want you to highlight the fact that the green sentences were a lot harder. So if you happen to somehow translate them, very well done to you. If you didn't, feel free to copy them or down or take a picture of them and give it a try with a bit of more time. Let's have a look at the translations. As you can see, some of them are quite difficult or a bit advanced, but there is nothing wrong with that. Always feel free to challenge yourself to harder, more difficult sentences. Now then, we can actually give opinions. And why do people annoy you? Well, you could actually say, no me aguanto a, o no soporto a, o me molesta, no me llevo bien con, me fastidia, and I have chosen these ones as just an example, or because we can use any verb here. And then, of course, we are going to say why. Because, porque es, porque son. Now, something important is that the yellow section is going to tell me basically that if I have any relatives here in these blank spaces, yeah, we can actually use those ones with mi primo, mi prima, mi hermano, any relatives you want. But if you're going to use plural, remember to use an adjective in plural as well. Now, I can use any adjectives here, like fastidioso, fastidiosa, mimado, tacaño, and so on. So what I would like you to do is in the next few minutes, I want you to make sentence up using this structure. That's going to give you very good points on your essays or your speaking assessments. Go for it. So once again, remember that the blanks that we have in the first box here on my left, they are meant to be filled in with family members, or even you can say friends. You can say that. No me aguanto a mi hermano, or no me aguanto a Jose, if you want to use an actual name. And of course, that is just a blank for you to fill in with any word in terms of relatives that you want to use. And if you're going to use any plural words, so for instance, on the first one I say, no me aguanto a mis primos, porque son. I need to use the plural form in that case. And then I'm just going to give a reason why. So I could say, porque son mentirosos. I need to use the plural form for that. That was our time up. Now then, the last section of this um, lesson is going to be very, very short. I have here a GCC question, and it's an actual translation. I'm going to read it out for you. I can put up with my brother Miguel. He's annoying and really selfish. Sometimes he doesn't tidy up his room and argues with my mother. I don't like that. Did you get along with your brother or sister? So here, the task was basically for you to translate. So I'm going to leave that as a homework for you and see how we can actually say that in Spanish. And this is the actual result that we have for the translation. Today we have learned vocabulary regarding types of personality, learn how to describe your relationship with others in Spanish. We translated sentences from Spanish into English. We created sentences saying how we get on with family members, and we supported our ideas with opinions. And of course, we answered a GCSE question. Remember to come back and, of course, rewatch the video so you can become more familiar with all the words and structures that we learned today. And feel free to check the other videos that we have here on Satchel. In the meantime, muchas gracias y muchos éxitos.